Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC, offers more value than any other good full-service real estate brokerage firm when it comes to the sale of your home. We offer at least 27 things that contribute to your home selling in the least amount of time at the highest price. To receive our free home selling pamphlet, email us at info@brooksanddavis.com or call 713-665-8329. We also assist people who want to purchase homes or who are interested in getting their real estate license. Visit us at www.brooksanddavis.com.
Are you an inspiring entrepreneur? Or maybe you're an entrepreneur looking to take your business to the next level. My name is Larry W. Brooks, and I am the author of Empowering Quotes for the Entrepreneur in You and The Entrepreneur Code. In these two books, I guarantee you there's success secrets that will take your business to the next level. I personally invite you to visit LarryWBrooks.com. Go under the books link and purchase your signed personal copy from myself. You have a great day and have an awesome 2020.
Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Ric Davis. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Ric. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, but especially here in Houston, you can reach out to me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Ric. I want to thank everyone in the audience for tuning in this week. I'm really excited to be here with you, and we have a really exciting show planned for you all. I want to thank you all. I want to give a big, huge shout out to everyone over at Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm. If you want to reach out and get involved, check us out at brooksanddavis.com. I want to introduce my co-host. He is not only a highly successful real estate broker, a multi-time author, serial entrepreneur, the proud proprietor of Pure Hustle clothing brand, but he is also the co-founder of Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm. I want to thank him for taking some time out of his busy schedule to sit in with us this week. And I'd like to introduce to our audience, the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks.
Yo, what up, Rick? How you doing, man?
Hey, look, bro, I know, man, it's hard to get you in here on a Thursday, man. This is one of the busiest weeks of the year, man. I want to thank you for finding some time to sit in with us, man. Look, we got to get straight to it. It's a super duper duper big week, not only for the Prime Real Estate Network, not only for Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, but it is also homecoming week for everyone, all the proud alumni of Stephen F. Austin State University. Everyone who watches the Prime Real Estate Network podcast on a regular basis know that we try to do it real big every homecoming week for SFA here on the podcast, brother. So first thing first, man, what's been going on in the world of the Texas Real Estate King? How busy is it for you this week, man? And how hard is it to balance everything with business and all the responsibilities that you have with it being homecoming week?
Man, you know, it's crazy because homecoming makes it a short week, right? And here's what's so beautiful about Texas. Everybody's homecoming is at the same time. It's us, U of A, PV, Texas Southern, everybody at the same time. But, you know, you got to love it, man. So homecoming is always a show because you still got a lot of work you got to get done, man. Just so that you can really be able to de-plug when you're down there. A friend of mine was asking me earlier this week. They had never been to a homecoming before. And so I was like, the best way to tell you what a homecoming is like a family reunion. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, y'all may not be the same bloodline, but that's pretty much what a homecoming is. You go back to a destination and it is literally a reunion of everyone being excited to see each other, everyone telling old stories that we probably done told every year since homecoming was created. But it's just one of those things that we love to do, bro.
No, you know, I want to make sure I give a big, huge shout out to everyone who attends the SFA homecomings every year, because there are so many of those that follow the Prime Real Estate Network podcast that we've been introduced to at homecoming, that we've networked with at homecoming, and it helps to bridge the gap between the different generations of SFA graduates. So big, huge shout out to everybody at Black SFA. Big, huge shout out to everybody at the Alumni Association, because I know it's nothing but hard work that goes into making these homecoming festivities go off without a hitch, man.
Oh, man, it's a ton of them, man. Like, really, like you said, shout out to Black SFA. they have literally put together a roadmap this year for homecoming so that there's no missing a beat, right? No one has a reason to be locked away in their room or sitting in a corner saying, I don't know what to do next. No, they literally have something for you every moment to stay engaged, stay active. And also us on the alumni board, we have tons of activities for people to take part in as well. So the one thing about homecoming is that there is never a gap in opportunity to fellowship, be out with friends, and really, really gain that. So I want to tell the people that are watching the show, if you went to any of these alumni, share this video. Let's let your friends know what's taking place. Like and subscribe to the YouTube page and share it. You know, it helps with the programming. Yeah.
You know, today's episode and today's guest is just a natural segue because you spoke earlier about how homecoming, to those who may not be very familiar, is more like a family reunion.
Yeah.
Or college alumni. Today's guest, man, she leads the first family of Houston real estate. You know, at the beginning of every episode, Larry, we ask you to give the audience a little background.
Yeah.
As far as the business relationship with every guest that we have, how far it goes back, and how you guys were initially linked. So could you give our audience a little background as far as your business relationship with today's guest?
I really don't remember. We met years ago, and I really don't. I'm pretty sure it was through Mike, or maybe it wasn't through Mike. But I've literally known to get today's guest for years. I want to say even before, or maybe it was when we both got into the real estate industry. But it's been years. And one of the things that excite me most is that through her growth, she's become a very important part of what we do at Brooks and Davis, because she is a leader. She is a broker associate. She runs the 5-star team, which we've had several guests on the show that have been members of that 5-star team. And so you can see the tutelage in which she's placing into each of these people and growing them. But man, me and today's guests have been friends for many years, man. And I really, I can't think of even how, but many years.
Hey, look, man, without any further ado, I'd like to introduce this week's guest to our audience. She is the first lady of the 5-star real estate team. She is a broker associate at Brooks and Davis real estate firm. I want to thank her so much for sitting in on the podcast. And I'd like to introduce Miss LaKendra Harper.
Thank you all so much for having me.
Oh, we out here. How you doing?
Good. Larry, I was just saying on my live, you don't remember how we met. I'm going to remind you.
Yes,
please tell the story. Please tell the story, please.
No, you were right, though. You're halfway right. We did meet through Mike.
Okay.
So one of my best friends is Mike's wife.
That's right.
At TSU. So I met Mike during our time in college. And I'd say about 2 years after graduating, I became a realtor. And at that point, Mike and yourself were just starting Brooks and Davis. Yeah. That's actually how I met. So you're almost there. But just a little refresher.
Yep. Good deal, man. I knew it was something along those lines.
It's been some time, guys.
I know, it's super cool, man. I want to thank you so much, Kendra, for carving some time out your schedule. I know how it is on Thursdays, trying to get all these deals tied up before the Friday at 5. So thank you so much. You know, the cool thing is for the members of our audience who watch the podcast on a regular basis, a couple of weeks ago, they were introduced to a very talented and profound realtor that's a member of the 5-star team. Name is Kalisha Collins. So could you just talk a little bit about Kalisha, what she adds to the 5-star team, and how you two were introduced?
Yes. Okay. So I had I set a personal goal the top of the year that I wanted to expand and bring on more agents. I've been a team of maybe 3 or 4 for some years. And I just happened to see on a status on Facebook that she posted. She was looking for change. She felt like the brokerage where she was at was not open to growth and new ideas, and wanted to keep up with the times. And I saw that and I was like, oh, that's exactly what I need. So I just started stalking her from there.
I like it.
Took her lunch and maintained a relationship. And as soon as she tied up her deals and things, she came over. But I made sure I knew that she was going to be an agent on my team.
Now, see, Larry can speak to this because Larry sat in on the interview when we both were interviewing Ms. Collins. And one of the things that she spoke about, and I want to give you a chance to reiterate these, is the family feel.
Yes.
When you're a member of the 5-star team and how you ladies support each other as far as listings, working with buyers, working with marketing. So could you just share from a leader's perspective,
right,
why that family feel on the 5-star team is so important?
Yes. Okay. One of the main reasons, I remember what it's like to be a part of a team and not have that team atmosphere. I never wanted to be the broker that you don't have any relationship with my agents, because that was me when I just started out. I was with the company for 6 months and never met the broker once. So I knew that I wanted to have a different experience with my agents, and I had to, find my way. I'm very laid back. This is a family environment, and I know that that's not necessarily for everyone. And with that, my team is growing. So there are new things, new systems that need to come in place. So what I try to let anyone know coming on board is there's room here for growth. There is room for change. Any ideas that you have, anything that you want to implement, I welcome it. We're growing together. So that is something that was very refreshing with Kalisha. And just since she's come on board, oh my gosh, she's been a light in many areas. So
no, her energy was just so grand when we had her on, that I was really excited that we're going to have you on.
Yes.
Fairly close to her interview, so that for the audience we could tie it all together.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now, go ahead, Larry.
So I have a question. So we're in October. So for us that are entrepreneurs, business owners, realtors, as we go into 2023, October is usually when we start to build out our expectations, our business models for the following year. What are your goals as far as bringing on new members? Do you have a number in mind that you feel comfortable with, or what's your stretch goal? I'm kind of curious on that.
My goal was 10, and I'm right there. I feel like I have some other agents who have reached out to me who I'm waiting on. I attract newbies, new agents. Yeah. So I have a couple who I'm waiting on to pass their test. So I feel like I could be comfortable at 12. Then there's some other things I want to do and accomplish from there. I would like to extend to the Dallas market. That's another goal. Yeah. And just with some other business ventures that we have, I co-own a social media agency with my business partner, and I like the idea of incorporating that with real estate. So we held a networking event recently and it went very well. I kind of want to expound upon that in the next year.
Sounds good. Okay. Good.
The great thing about the way you've built your brand and the way that you guys conduct business over at the 5-star team, you have a background and experience as far as financial and credit restoration and help consult people from that standpoint as well. I know you mentioned as a leader, you attract a lot of new agents.
Yep.
But I also know that a lot of times you're great at attracting those first-time buyers.
Right.
And those that are reaching out for that initial consultation and that first-time real estate education. So what is it about you as a real estate professional and your team that you think attracts those that are seeking knowledge?
Yes, that's actually a great question. So my target client is a first-time buyer as well. And I feel like my tax business, it has influenced that a lot, because many of my tax clients then become real estate clients, and everyone is not ready. So I went through a few years of clients who needed, who were credit challenged, needed to work things credit wise. And I would always get the questions of, where do you go? Who can I go to fix my credit? And I don't like referring any business or anyone that I don't know personally, or, I can't say for sure that, they're effective and they're going to get the job done. So I had another colleague who's a realtor as well, and she's in the tax business too. And she reached out to me and asked if I had considered doing my own credit repair. And actually, I was like, that's actually a great idea. So from there, I kind of started providing that service just to keep a continuum of relationships, because I'm sure that many of you can identify that when we meet a client who's not credit ready, a lot can happen in 6 months, and they may forget your name, your number, your email, their information may change. So me enrolling them in credit repair is a way of continuing that relationship.
Smart. Yeah. That's perfect. That's a smart. That's super smart. That's exactly that's touching them without always having to have real estate, or tax. It's touching them in another area that just continue to keep that cycle going. That's amazing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Kendra, before we started streaming live on today's episode, we had a chance to talk offline a little bit about some of those challenges that first-time buyers are facing as far as finding that first new home that's not only affordable, but where they can also see the value.
Right.
In your experience, what challenges are people expressing to you who are able and willing, but just feel like finding that perfect home in that perfect community has been a challenge?
Well, right now there's so much influence with the media and those outside of the industry kind of infiltrating people with, now's not the good time to buy and wait till the market crashes. I get a lot of that. And what I can tell people is doing this and working with this every day, the one thing that you don't have on your side is time. The market waits on nobody. Now, you can buy a home today at a less desirable interest rate, but you always have the option to refinance later, sell later, take that profit and put it towards the next home. But what many of us will do is wait, and then that house that was $300,000, 2 years ago, and now you tell me that you're ready to buy, that $300,000 is now $400,000. And while you are saying, "Oh, I'm going to wait and save some money," the home only becomes that much more unattainable because many times our salaries are not increasing as much as the values of these homes. So I have many clients who are kind of in that limbo. We started looking maybe a couple years ago where $200,000 they could find something. It may not have been what they wanted, but now that same house is $300,000. So I really try to give my clients like that realistic example. You buy a house when it's the best time for you to buy.
That's right.
Not when your mom tells you, not when the lender or the news, you buy when it's the best time for you.
That's right. When you're in a when you're financially able to. Now, I totally agree with you because you see it all the time. People want to try to find a way to wait, or feeling like this market of ours is just going to explode or go down.
Right.
But at the end of the day, for those people that waited a year ago or 6 months ago, a year ago, really, that was talking about, I'm going to wait until the market bust.
Yes.
The interest rates were super low. You could have got a house that now that same house is almost $100,000 more, or if it's still the same price, you're paying more for it because the interest rate is so much higher.
Exactly.
But if you had bought a year ago, it would have been an easier word. You'd had equity in the home and could have did exactly how you said, refinanced it later or hold on to it, build up more equity. But that's kind of the market that we in. We have so many influencers or people that are not even in our work that's on this platform, even this beautiful platform of YouTube, feeding advice and claiming information that they just don't know and they don't do every day.
Yep.
So
And one of the great things is having Kendra, you and Larry on with me this week. I can present this idea to both of you leaders and see how you feel, because Larry and I have discussed this offline, is that one of the great things about being a real estate professional and residing in the great state of Texas is that from an economic standpoint, the state of Texas is usually a bit more insulated from the ups and downs of the national economy.
Yep, you are right.
And it's unfortunate that sometimes Texas residents, when they're on social media or watching the national news or going to national websites, they're hearing quote unquote experts give their economic opinions and forecasts, but they're from a national or global perspective. That's why I urge everyone who has those same concerns to reach out to someone like a Mr. Brooks, myself, or Kendra, so that we can give you more of a localized, personal perspective of where you stand and what your buying power is in today's market. So that's when I hear those type of things, I try to put those things in focus, because I think sometimes when people are just trying to gain knowledge, because there's nothing wrong with people trying to educate themselves.
Right.
We just want to compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges.
Yes, you are so right about that, because I'm always commenting in groups. I'll see someone will post a home and be like, I could get this in Texas for $300,000. It's like, no, that's the $900,000 here too, right now. So it's like, where do y'all get this from? Yes, our cost of living is more affordable than many states. However, you're not going to come to Texas and get a 6,000 square foot house on 2 acres of land and, for $300,000. So many people just have these complete unrealistic expectations of what our market is and what it should be and what it's going to be. And that's what I tell them, like, playing the whole prediction game, that's a big gamble. Waiting to get what you want as opposed to getting what you can afford, that's a big gamble.
Yeah. Number facts on that. All I see, number facts you sharing with them, no doubt about it. Yep.
And for the members of our audience who are like, look, Larry and Rick are having entirely too much fun interviewing today's guest, it's because Miss LaKendra, this is not her first time appearing on the podcast with us.
Yes, true. Yeah.
So for those who have been down since day one, and big huge shout out to all you out there that's been down since day one, Miss Kendra, could you just please share with our audience, for those who didn't see your initial appearance on the Prime Real Estate Network, a little bit about what your life was like before entrepreneurship, before you became a business owner, and before you dove face first and with all your energy into the real estate?
Oh man, yeah, I can give y'all a pretty vivid, clear picture of what that was. Oh man, I was a social worker for 11 years. I was a case manager for the state of Texas and then in private foster care while being a realtor and while being a broker initially. I had that fear that many entrepreneurs have where that steady check, you're scared to leave that steady check. And the last 2 years of me being a case manager, I was burnt out. The field is very heavy. Dealing with, working with the population of clientele that we did, super heavy. And I, at that point I was having kids and I just was like, man, I wish I need to find a way to go into real estate full time. This is what I was saying, right? And God was like, you have a way, you just need to go. Yeah. And I wouldn't listen. And one day I got pushed. Me and my business partner and my best friend, Quana, who's now an agent too. We all worked at the same foster care agency. Myself and my business partner were let go. And I said from that day forward, I will never work for anyone again. And so that was it. And from there, I had to build. I had to really sit down and look at what I wanted my career to look like. As far as my branding, because being a part-time agent is nothing like really being a full-time and this being your bread and butter. They look nothing alike. So if there's anyone out there who is, teetering with, should I leave my job and attack this full-time? The only thing I can tell you is that you won't know. You won't know what your potential is and that you can make it until you are doing it.
And I would say, and I would add, if they put in the work that you were putting in at your original job, this won't be as difficult because literally, I just remember even when LaQuanta was going through the process, the heavy burden that you all packed with you with that day-to-day job. But if you check in real estate the same way you would check in for that occupation, you will kill this real estate industry, and that's why you've never looked back because you got in it. You focused on it and you killed it, but the background the seed that was sold in you from having such a stressful occupation is what I like to call it. That way when you got into it real estate full time, you were able to understand what kind of work you needed to put in, and that type of work is going to give you a different kind of income, a different kind of lifestyle than the one that you putting in the same amount of hours with and not producing those kind of numbers.
No, you're exactly right. I have not looked back. Even a bad day with this looks nothing like a bad day on my previous job. I'm so serious with that. And it took some time. I had to find my footing. There's so much influence and people telling you, oh, you should, this is what you should do to build your business, and this is how you should dress. Like, I really had to find like what worked for me.
Right.
I felt that being comfortable is what increased my confidence, and having confidence is what draws, clients to you. It's what attracts people to you.
That's right.
It took me some time to catch that, but when I did, it was on and going from there. And just like really wanting to be as genuine as possible. And I started looking at it from just not the aspect of selling houses, but really helping people and building relationships.
Yep.
If you look past that.
One of the great parallels, Kendra, and I don't want this to be undervalued by our audience. Mm-hmm. You transitioned from a career in public service, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I don't think people really understand that when you get a real estate license, what you are doing is signing up for another career in public service.
Yep.
And Kendra, as somebody who's sat on both sides of that particular fence, what type of parallels do you see from when you were working for the state, serving the community in that capacity versus the same service to the community that you have as a professional realtor? Because I think so many people see the glamour, the social media presence. Yep. They see the quote unquote dollars, and they don't understand that there's so much community service, so much handshaking and being a part of the community that goes into it.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, you are all on point with that. And I tell, because I mentor new agents now, and my background in social work, I do think it greatly helped me in a career in real estate. I am able to meet my clients where they are, communicate, be non-judgmental, because what you will find, and some of us, yes, we do sell houses, and I feel like you have some agents who are real one track, like, oh, I don't get involved with the loan process, and but I feel like you need to have knowledge of that. That's going to help you be able to better serve your clients. You need to have knowledge of what products are out there, what grants, what down payment assistance. Don't leave your client alone in the dark with that, because you having that tidbit of information that can make or break a deal. It can make the difference of you having a deal, right? So that I do feel like really helped me. And I also recommend, again, it has to be about more than the money. If doing real estate is just about the money to you, you won't last. Because the market that we're in right now, nobody is just balling out and at the closing table every other day like we were 6 months ago, 9 months ago. No one is there. So if your only motivation is money, you're going to be back looking for a job real quick. You got to learn how to bend with this market. You got to learn how to pivot. You got to learn how to target a new audience. Things are constantly changing, and you have to be able to, change with. So find another motivation. Really find another motivation other than just the money, guys. Seriously, if you want to scale and take your business to the next level, it has to be something aside from just the superficial stuff that we see on social media. That doesn't equate to money. The likes doesn't equate to money. The followers doesn't equate to money.
That's right. Kendra, it's one of the things that really stand out about you in the way that you're building your team and building your book of business with people. And one of those things is that you're still helping people, right? You've angled it to the point to where you're helping people now focus on how to get to generational wealth, right? Because owning real estate is one of those things that someone can refinance later, that will give them an opportunity to pay for their kids to go through college, or maybe at least take some money out to start a business of entrepreneurship. Because really, this is how people have been doing it for years. We're just on the latter part of that vehicle. So you're most definitely still doing that social work touch. You're just in a situation where you're changing generations that's going along with it as well, by helping people get into real estate that's going to gain equity for them, that's going to allow them to refinance send a kid to college, or refinance, take out some money and start their own business, whatever that vision may look for. So I commend you on that.
You are exactly right about that, because, for many of us, equity is not tangible. So many of us don't see the importance of it. But until you are in a situation where, you realize, oh, I sold this house and I made $50,000. I put 20 in the bank and put 30 towards this property. Until you're there and you've gotten that ball rolling, you don't know just how much potential and how much freedom owning real estate will allow you.
That's right.
And I say that to even my new agents. I tell them, you shouldn't just get your license just to sell houses.
Mm-hmm.
The realtors that many of you see and look up to on Instagram and on Facebook, they don't just sell. They're not out there showing houses Monday through Friday. They own it. They invest in it. They're flipping. So you want to be able to take advantage of the entire picture of what this license allows you to do.
Correct. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. And Kendra, having you on the show, especially at this part of the year, it's so exciting for Larry and myself because we talked to so many agents about how you plan your 2023 now in the final quarter of 2022. So for our audience, what do you see on the horizon for the 5-star team, and what are your goals for 2023 and beyond?
2023, my goal is to see my team flourish, right?
Yeah.
I said I had a goal of 10 agents. I can see myself expanding to 12. My goal is to take the knowledge, the expertise that I've learned, and I want to instill that in them. I want to see them be successful. So next year, I'm judging my success based on how my agents are doing.
Yeah.
That's my goal. Take me off the streets.
Hey, look, and for those members of our audience, Kendra, who just heard your message and have totally been impressed with not only your vision, but your team's vision, and would like to meet, greet, and interact with the 5-star team, when will be their next opportunity to meet you all in the flesh?
To meet us all in the flesh on November the 5th, we will be at the Lifelong. It's a charity walk at Spots Park. Spots Park, it's in the Heights area, guys. 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. The 5-star team will be there. We are a vendor. So we'll be, connecting with you all on a one-on-one basis. I will definitely have materials on our credit repair program for any of you who may need that. And again, we do offer free consultations for those who are looking to become homeowners also. So that's the next place where you can see us as a group.
Hey, man, that's outstanding, man, Kendra. Larry and I thank you so much. I know how Thursdays are super crazy, and I hear your office is going bananas right now. Your people is like, yo, where's Kendra? I've been trying to talk to her.
I've been messaging back and forth with the mentee. But that's another thing I want to mention, guys.
Please.
So I mentor newly licensed agents, and it's virtual. So I have agents in Florida, Georgia, does not matter. I have some here local as well. But the Real in Real Estate, that is my mentor course via Teachable. You can sign up for the wait list. We are already in our first session. We are halfway through, but I will be launching batch 2 early 2023. So if you are looking to, establish yourself in the career, my goal is to really encourage and educate agents on how to lay a stable foundation. You want to be self-sufficient and independent in this career field, no matter what team, brokerage you are with.
That's right.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much, Kendra. Hey, look, we know your time is extremely valuable.
Thank you.
Appreciate you so much for sitting there with us.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
Look, you got a spot with us anytime you have something big going down. We love to stay involved. Please stay tapped in, and anytime you need assistance, we're here for you, Queen.
Thanks, and I love you all. Love the growth. So hopefully some of my other agents will be coming on here as well. Thank you.
Hey, they got the open invitation as well. You know what it is.
Thank you. All right, guys.
Bye-bye. Mr. Brooks, man, look, bro. You might outdone yourself this week, man.
Hey,
look,
man, listen.
Great interview, man. So knowledgeable, so much expertise was displayed, man. I'm just totally over the moon with today's episode. But bro, we at the part of the show. Where the Texas Real Estate King lets everybody in the audience know what's moving and grooving this weekend and what's going to be going on in the world of Mr. Larry W. Brooks. A big, huge shout out to you. But let's let the world know what's going on this weekend.
Yeah, man, I'm excited, man. So I'll be at homecoming. So for those of you that are alumni, most definitely be in the building. This is that homecoming you don't want to miss. We're getting everything just really taking off. We're no longer doing the Battle of the Piney Woods. So this homecoming is going to be the foundation that's going to just really set the pace. I'm excited because we're celebrating our anniversary in the Cap Alpha land of being noobs, brother.
Absolutely.
So
congratulations, by the way.
No doubt, brother. So got quite a few of our LBs is gonna be back on the campus. And for those of you that don't know, allow me to jump on my soapbox for just a moment.
Go ahead.
We took that SFA to a different level when we was there, man. And so I say all that to say is we not only threw amazing parties, but did amazing fundraisers. But my line were the first Black SGA presidents of Stephen F. Austin University, the first homecoming king of Stephen F. Austin University. Man, with the first forgot what the service was, but we did have amazing service projects that we just created, man, to really take care of the campus, to really grow the culture, our culture, and infusing that into Stephen F. Austin. So, man, going back there and me sitting on the board the way that I do now, it's always been inevitable because the way we sowed our seeds back then is just an opportunity for us to relive those on this weekend. But I say all that to say, man, is I'm excited, and I've given a lot of blood, sweat, and tears running track, playing football, social organizations. Come on, man. So.
Man, look, I'm just as excited as you are. Big, huge shout out. I'll be in Nacogdoches. So we're setting off the beacons for everybody, man. If you went to SFA between 1990 and the year 2000, man, this is for you. This is like the rebirth of SFA homecoming, man. There's a lot of great things going on. Big, huge shout out to everybody once again at Black SFA, everybody on the alumni board, everybody on the board of regents up at Stephen F. Austin State University. Can't wait to see you all this weekend, man. On behalf of my, go ahead.
Well, let me real quick. I want to give a shout out to YRD, Young Division of Realtors. Tonight they're hosting a huge event at Spotlight Karaoke.
Yes.
And so if you're licensed, you're young in this real estate industry, you're still building your network of other realtors, like-minded realtors. You want to most definitely show up to that event. You'll have some young professionals in real estate that's doing amazing things that's tied to our the national organization of Black real estate brokers. So it's one of the divisions of that. So you want to come out, be in the right place with the right people. Check them out, man. So that's one of the things that's taking place, and that's what I'm excited about.
Hey, look, man, big, huge shout out to YRD. Big, huge shout out to Michael G. Davis. Big, huge shout out to everybody at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm that's getting involved in that activity tonight at Spotlight Karaoke. Look, man, this weekend is going to be a blast. I can't wait to get it going. On behalf of myself, Ric Davis, and the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, until next Thursday, everybody in the audience, this weekend especially, be safe and be blessed.